Good morning. Um, so a little different this morning. I didn't have to get up and head to work today. They gave us 4 days for the fourth weekend. Um, so um, as I was thinking this morning, contemplating about something, I had something pretty awesome happen to me the other day. I like to bargain hunt, and I actually ended up finding not what I was looking for. I was going to our local dirt cheap, and we've had like a Husqvarna riding lawnmower for a long time, like a lawn tractor style, and we didn't have a bagger. But and baggers are, kind of ridiculous sometimes. I mean, they're pretty expensive attachment. Um, so I was going along, and all of a sudden I see this big box and at the dirt cheap, and it was Husqvarna, and like, okay, well, then it says that it's for a 46 or 48 cut mower. It's a triple bagger sort of thing. Um, so I look for the little price scanner because they have the little price checking utility, and I see they have listed as the original price $256. I'm like, okay, we'll see. When I scan the price, it says $25.60. I was like, So then I had a big point of debate because I wasn't exactly sure what cut width our mower was, and this said it was specifically for 46, 48 inch cut. So I called home, and we figured out that our mower was a 42. I was like, man. And I thought about it and thought about it, and I was like, you know what? Even if I buy it and it's a bust, I mean, I'm not even going to really be out that much. It's worth a shot. It's worth a try. Because I found conflicting views online. Some said, oh, yeah, it'll fit. Others said, no, it won't. Or it only fits the 46, 48 inch cut. And I was thinking, well, they don't know my level of stubbornness to do such things. So I bought it. And I get it home. And after some dinner, I'm taking a look just to see what's there, because I know probably some parts are going to be missing, some things, and I'm going to have to do a little bit of engineering anyway, because I mean, you got something for less than $30 at dirt cheap. Okay, and as I'm looking in the bag, I find what looks like one of these little rolled up auto flags. Okay, um, and I look, and I unroll the flag just to see what team's on it. Now, the NFL has 32 different teams. It was a Panthers flag. I was like, okay, this got really funny. But it was just in there in the box. Nobody really checked the box before we sold it. And then there was also like a combination padlock in there that was still in its packaging, and I just looked it up, and the value of the two items was half of the $30 that I spent on the thing. I did a little test fitting, and it looks like I am going to be able to use this bagger attachment on our mower. Looked up prices for getting a nice brand new one is anywhere from the $250 that they were saying to actually more like $300 or $400. So, but as I was reflecting on that, it made me think of a passage. Jesus tells this parable, and he says that the kingdom of heaven is like a man who finds a treasure in a field, and then he goes out immediately and buys the field because of the treasure inside that he had found. Um, Interestingly enough, one of the things you're like, okay, how do you just find a treasure in the field? Are you like some sort of pirate or something, hunting up treasures out on islands somewhere? But no, I think I covered this in earlier talking about a parable of the talents. This was actually in their day and age considered one of the most secure ways of keeping something, because you had the widest, lowest chance of someone just randomly finding your treasure if you had buried it in the ground. Now, you might not find it yourself, but so the guy that has one is given one talent, and he buries it in the ground. To the listener of that day, he was doing the wisest, most secure thing he could. He was doing the least risk of losing any of what he had been given. But that wasn't the point of the parable of the talents. The point of the parable of the talents is, what are you willing to risk for the kingdom of God? Are you really willing to put yourself out there and do something? But in the case of the parable of the treasure in the field, it talks about when you find a true treasure, that there's no extent that you won't go to secure that. And in the case of the parable that Jesus is telling, it's the gospel. It's the truth of Jesus Christ and the kingdom. And once you find that, it's worth everything. It's worth giving up everything you have, which is the case of the guy that buys the field. It says he sold everything he had and bought that field. And so, once again, I continue to love bargain hunting because it's some element of that, finding that diamond in the rough, finding that thing that everyone else has overlooked, and boom, there it is. And so, just a little thought. I'm actually, hopefully this weekend, we'll be tackling a couple of projects that I've seen on quite a few videos in my petroglyph channel, and maybe I can squeeze out a few reviews for this weekend is over. So till next time.